Dave Porter here with Rich Jensen, author, established community leader. We're here to talk about troubling times in the community, the economy. People are really suffering and hurting. They're trying to find work. You've stepped forward. You've done something quite significant. You've put together a book, Finding the Jewel in Job Loss. Tell us why you wrote this book and what this book means to you.
The reason I wrote the book is because I went through job loss. I was an associate pastor for 10 years at the same church. Due to financial reasons, my position was eliminated. And I wasn't totally prepared for the emotional and the spiritual challenges that came with it. And it was a real learning process. And with the unemployment rate right now at about 9.1%, it represents about 14 or 15 million people that are out of work. And so I feel as if the lessons that I learned, if it somehow can be something that ministers to others and encourages them, then that's what I want to do, and that's why I wrote the book.
What I like most about the book is that you've really taken the time to dissect God's Word. And if you lost a job, the pain and the suffering and really the stress it puts on the family, it has great information in it. It reads extremely well. You tell it really the hard-hitting facts. I mean, about pride, how we all have this pride in us, and that's where the discouragement comes from. Tell us, some other helpful tips or things that you have talked about in this book.
Of several people that have read the book and have come back and talked to me about it. Some of them are not going through a job loss, but they're going through an issue of a health crisis, or they're going through some other type of a trial. And one of the points I do bring out in the book is that what seems to be a common denominator of all trials is this sense of loss. So if it's unemployment, it's loss of a job, loss of financial stability. If it's a health crisis, it's the loss of good health that we once enjoyed, either before an illness or before an injury. If it's something like the passing of your spouse, it's that loss of companionship, that relationship. And so these biblical principles really apply to any of those type of losses that we can experience. I also then talk about how is it that we can give thanks in all circumstances. And that was something that was very hard for me to come to grips with. What is it that I can give thanks for in the midst of a trial like unemployment? That's one of the ways that I really went to God's Word to examine and say, what is it that I can be thankful for? And so I bring out some of those principles and ideas as well in the book.
Why don't you tell us where we can find this book? How can someone get online and purchase it if they would like, or find out more about it?
There's several different places that you can get the book. First of all, I would recommend that you go to your local Christian bookstore. They're carrying it, and if they don't, they can easily be able to order it and make it available. It's also on Amazon.com, and it's not only in the hard copy, but they also have it on Kindle as well. It's also on ChristianBook.com, and also the publisher, CLCPublications.com. They also are selling it through their website. So there's a lot of different avenues in which you can get a copy of the book.
Rich, I want to thank you again. The book's really been an inspiration to myself. I want to thank you again.
I appreciate it, and thanks for giving me the time to speak with you today.
Thanks, Rich.
All right.